This morning on PHL17 Morning News, Philadelphia police are looking for a person of interest seen dropping off a package in Center City that contained an explosive device. We'll have the details. The suspect accused in the hit-and-run death of an 8-year-old girl has been identified. We'll have the story. Wildfires continue to wreak havoc in Tennessee, and President-elect Donald Trump has embarked on what he calls his thank you tour. We'll have a full report. PHL17 Morning News starts now. Well, good morning. This is PHL17 Morning News at 5:30. I'm Jennifer Lewis Hall. It is December 2nd. Glad you're with us. A bit chilly out there. You're going to need to bundle up. What's in store for the weekend? Jason Lee has another check on the forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday to you.
Same to you. It feels so good to say that.
Yeah, it always feels good to say that. Do you realize yesterday at this time, 24 hours ago, it was 58 degrees in Philadelphia?
It was warm.
Yeah, it's 40 right now.
I feel it.
It's a big change as you start things off this morning. Definitely you need the jacket, maybe even the heavy jacket. Definitely need the heavy jacket for the weekend. We'll get to that. Let's go outside. Skycam 17. Looking at Center City, Philadelphia. It's a nice clear morning out there, that's for sure. But again, it is chillier out there with temps in the 30s and 40s across the region. Now, the good news is we are dry as we start things off this morning. High pressure in control. This is PHL Futurecast, and we see that really not much happening in terms of rain or in terms of cloud cover. All that moisture we had is far out to sea at this point. Put it into motion, and you see we stay dry as high pressure remains in control pretty much the entire weekend. Just a few clouds kind of stroll by as we get through the day tomorrow. That's about it. We do stay dry and clear, but again, it's going to be chillier around here for the next few days. Here comes your weather headlines for today. Lots of sunshine, seasonable temperatures, but again, chillier tomorrow. And actually tomorrow we're talking more so the winds than the actual temperature. Sunny and breezy today, 50 degrees, winds out of the west at 14 miles an hour, so it'll feel like it's in the 40s all day long. We'll get to that 7-day on 17 momentarily. For weather details anytime you want, check out our PHL17 weather app. It's available on your Apple and Android products. Jen, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you very much. Let's get you out the door with a check of our traffic on the go. A live look there at 76 at Gladwin, where traffic is moving just fine right now. 5:31 for your morning commute, and as Jason said, a bit chillier than yesterday, so bundle up. Again, this crash on the boulevard in the outer drive on the northbound side at Harbison Avenue. Police are on the scene there, and so far traffic is able to move. A fire department activity again. This is in Allentown. That road is closed. That's going to be Fulton Street. Nearly 24 people displaced from that fire, so very serious situation. And Penn's Landing, the 4th annual River Rink tree lighting happening tonight starting at 5:30, so expect some extra volume in that area along Columbus Boulevard. And the 76ers taking on the Orlando Magic at the Wells Fargo Center at 7 o'clock. Well, topping our news at this hour, reports say that Philadelphia police are looking for a person of interest seen dropping off a package, that package exploding, injuring a Center City man last week. Now, this image from surveillance video showing the alleged suspect there. However, police say they don't know if this person was the one who actually made the explosive. 60-year-old Jim Alden was hit with shrapnel in his face, chest, and arms when he opened that package late on Tuesday of last week. Alden is recovering from his injuries. Meanwhile, the ATF, FBI, and Philadelphia police continue to investigate. And Philadelphia police have charged 24-year-old Paul Woodland in connection with the hit and run that took the life of 8-year-old Jayanna Powell in the Overbrook section of the city. Woodland was arraigned early yesterday morning. He is charged with leaving the scene of a fatal accident, homicide by vehicle, and involuntary manslaughter. Reports say authorities arrested Woodland Wednesday night after a damaged car matching the description of the striking vehicle was found at an auto body shop in Fraser. Bail has been set at $500,000. Meanwhile, close to 100 people gathered at the 600 block of East Clementine Street last night to mourn the loss of a 2-year-old boy. Authorities are now reportedly charging his mother in connection with his death. The woman's name and the charges of that incident have not been yet released, but reports say that 2-year-old Zaire Worrell suffered from a lacerated liver, bruises to his chest and eye, and tested positive for THC, an ingredient found in marijuana. He was found unresponsive Tuesday night. And in other news, yesterday was World AIDS Day, a day for people worldwide to unite in the fight against AIDS and HIV. I spoke with Helen Fitzpatrick, director of the LGBT Office of Affairs for the Philadelphia and City, and she had this to say.
World AIDS Day is still one of 8 official global public health campaigns that happens every year, and it's since 1995 something that the United States has recognized officially through an official proclamation by each president. AIDS takes 2 million lives every year across our world. Upwards of 270,000 of those lives are children. Awareness at this time is critical to look at where we are and where we are going.
All right, well, you can catch more on my In Focus interview with Helen Fitzpatrick tomorrow on that show at 6:30 a.m. right here on PHL17. And turning to some devastating news now from overnight, a house fire in Delaware that claimed the lives of 2 Wilmington firefighters in September has now taken the life of a third. Senior firefighter Artie Hope spent more than 2 months at the Crozier Burn Center after being injured while battling the blaze that later was discovered to be arson set by one of the home's tenants. Wilmington fire officials announced her passing shortly after 4:30 yesterday. She is survived by her boyfriend of 5 years and her 3 daughters. The arson is said to be the deadliest in the department's history, also claiming the lives of Captain Christopher Leach and Lieutenant Jerry Fickus. And happening today, Philadelphia will recount ballots cast in 75 voting precincts. Now on Thursday, election officials approved 75 of 82 voter petitions. In those precincts, voting machines will be recanvassed to review the vote totals. An undetermined number of paper absentee, emergency, and provisional ballots from those precincts will all be recounted. And high school nurses in Ocean County are now armed with Narcan, a life-saving antidote used if a student should overdose on heroin or another opiate. Officials there say high schools will be stocked with the nasal sprays after a sharp rise in drug overdose deaths in the county. According to reports, more than 440 people in the area have been saved with Narcan this year. Still ahead, the 7-day forecast plus an update on the wildfires in Tennessee and a health scare for Buzz Aldrin while he was at the South Pole. That and more as PHL17 Morning News rolls on. Stay with us. Hey, taking a look outside through Skycam 17. A bit crisp out there, we'd say. It's 5:38 right now for your morning commute. Could use a nice cup of hot chocolate. Wherever that Matt Alva is, he's having that great hot chocolate at the Christmas Village.
It does sound good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Hot chocolate with some marshmallows in it.
Oh, stir that baby up.
I
Sounds
love it.
great.
I love it. I'm distracted now. Okay, we'll get hot chocolate later.
You got it.
It's on Jen, okay? Just between us. Jen's buying for everybody, okay? Hey, we've got 40 degrees right now in the city. Feels like 33 because of these winds out of the west-southwest at 10 miles an hour. Elsewhere across the region, yeah, much chillier compared to 24 hours ago. A lot of 30s and 40s on the map. 38 in Trenton, 37 Doylestown, 35 Allentown, 38 out in Pottstown. Here comes your almanac for today, forecasting a high of 50. The record was 66, set in 1970. Overnight low 37. The record was 11, set in 1875. Sun comes up at 7:04. It sets at 4:36 this afternoon. Sunshine, breezy later on, 50. That's our forecast high. Going to feel like it's in the 40s when you factor those winds in. Later on tonight, a clear night. We get down to 37, then really windy tomorrow. Sunshine, 49 the high. Going to feel much chillier with those winds at 20 miles an hour. 7-day on 17 coming up. I promise you. Jen, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Jason. Let's get you out the door. The check of our traffic on the go, folks. We do have a live look at 76 at the Conchi Curve. We like to say it that way. 5:40 right now for your morning commute. Things are looking clear there, and a number of the majors are also doing well. But a couple of things to update you on here. Your travel times there: 476, 95, the Schuylkill Expressway, westbound and eastbound the Blue Ridge to the Vine. 14 minutes is what that will take you. Pretty typical right now. 422 eastbound, 42 and 55 are clear. Well, the death toll continues to grow in the devastating Tennessee wildfires. Reports say that 3 more people have been found dead in the ruins of the fire that burned hundreds of homes and businesses in the Great Smoky Mountains region, bringing the total to 7 dead. Officials say that number could rise. Now, flames destroyed entire areas of the town in Gatlinburg, and police have only been able to search about 30% of that popular tourist town. Elsewhere this morning, according to reports, President Obama supports registering women for the military draft. He is the first president since Jimmy Carter to support a universal draft registration. Now, the White House made it clear the president supports an all-volunteer force. America has not had a military draft since 1973, and there are no plans to reinstate it. President-elect Donald Trump has embarked on what he calls his thank you tour. Corey Chambers has more.
I'm here today for one main reason: to say thank you to Ohio. Thank you.
It had all the makings of a Trump campaign event with a riled-up crowd. A jab at Hillary Clinton.
We did have a lot of fun fighting Hillary, didn't we? Okay. Right?
Jabs at the media.
And the people back there, the extremely dishonest press, said,
And even protesters.
they don't know that Hillary lost a couple of weeks ago. They forgot.
Of course, this wasn't a campaign event because the campaign is over. This is the president-elect doing a victory lap on his official thank you tour.
Companies are not going to leave the United States anymore without consequences. Not going to happen.
He was in Indiana, and it was all about Carrier and the $7 million tax incentive deal that's saving 1,000 jobs. Then it was off to Ohio.
We're going to find common ground, and we will get the job done properly. We'll get it done properly.
His message tonight? The best is yet to come, and he won't let America down.
Well, thank you, Corey, for that report. And President-elect Trump is turning to a Marine veteran to fill the Secretary of Defense slot. And Mr. Trump picked retired Marine General James Mattis for that position. Mattis spent 44 years in the Marine Corps serving in Afghanistan and Iraq. He does need congressional waivers to serve as Defense Secretary because retired officers are required to be out of uniform for at least 7 years before heading to the Pentagon. Mattis retired in just 2013. And former astronaut Buzz Aldrin has arrived in New Zealand after being evacuated from the South Pole for medical reasons. The National Science Foundation said Aldrin's health deteriorated while visiting the area as part of a tourist group. Reports saying that the 86-year-old had fluid in his lungs but is responding well to antibiotics. He was kept overnight at a hospital for observation. And one of the world's biggest cruise lines has been caught polluting the seas. Princess Cruises will reportedly plead guilty to 7 felony charges related to pollution and intentionally trying to cover it up. The U.S. Department of Justice says Princess will pay a $40 million penalty. The Justice Department saying the Caribbean Princess ship discharged oily waste into the seas for years through a pipe that bypassed the ship's normal equipment. And coming up, doing some good in the Delaware Valley, and our Matt Alva is live at the Christmas Village at City Hall. Stick around. PHL17 Morning News continues in just a few moments. Just beautiful. There you go, Matt.
Traffic on the Go is brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Drive well.
Doing some good in the Delaware Valley. World AIDS Day is officially on December 1st. It is a day for people to unite worldwide in the fight against HIV, show their support, and commemorate people who have died. Now, happening today, the First Unitarian Church of Plainfield in Central Jersey is hosting their 2nd annual World AIDS Day extravaganza. It is a free event and features not only live entertainment, but counseling services, dietary consultations as well, health screenings, and so much more. Good morning, folks. Once again, PHL17 Morning News continues now. I'm Jennifer Lewis Hall. Let's get a check on that chilly forecast with Jason Lee. Good morning.
Hey, Jen, good morning. Yep, definite chill in the air. 40 degrees right now in Philadelphia. Feels like 33 when you factor in those winds at 10 miles an hour. Call for today will be at 50 degrees, sunny and breezy. Feel like it's in the 40s pretty much all day long. Nice and clear tonight, 37 the overnight low, then really windy tomorrow. Sunny, 49, but the winds at 20 miles an hour. Here's your exclusive 7-day on 17. We stay in the 40s on Sunday, 47 degrees. Back into the low 50s Monday. Chance of rain coming on Tuesday. Jen, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's get you out the door with a check of our traffic on the go. An update here on this crash. This is on the Boulevard Outer Drive northbound at Harbison Avenue. All lanes are still blocked. Again, the Inner Drive or Bustleton Avenue is going to be an alternate for you. Fire department activity continuing in Allentown at Fulton Street after 24 people were displaced from their homes in a fire there. That road is closed. An alternate is 15th. Well, now in its 9th season, Christmas Village at Philadelphia City Hall has grown into one of the region's most unique and charming holiday attractions. This morning, we sent PHL17's Matt Alva over there to get a better look at some of this year's best attractions. Matt, I can see you are having a great time. Good morning.
Having a great time, Jen. We're on the carousel. This is in the middle of City Hall this year. It's the first year that the carousel is actually here in the center of City Hall. It's open for the entire time period that the Christmas Village is open. So Monday through Thursday, this is open from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. And then Friday, Saturday, it's open until 8 p.m. So your kids can come on out, get a carousel ride in the middle of one of the city's most iconic buildings. Joining me now, this is a vendor here. He owns the Unique Store, and these are some of the most unique Christmas ornaments in this entire Christmas Village. So tell me a little bit about what we're seeing here.
This is a mouth-blown glass ornament. It's made in Egypt by German materials. We have different sizes and different figures. And actually, people in Egypt, the blower, they don't use any mold. This is just made by the mouse and by the hands.
Okay, so yeah, this is Henny McHale, and Henny, you guys pretty much ship these in from Egypt, and they're only sold in a few cities throughout the country. They're here in Philadelphia, they're in Denver, they're pretty inexpensive, and this is something you're not going to get in just a normal shop here in Philadelphia, right?
No, it's very hard to find this this stuff in shop because it takes so long time, and we can't make any mass production. Because this is something made by the hands and the mouse, you know. So it's really pretty unique.
Yeah, this entire Christmas Village is pretty unique. We're going to be here throughout the morning. We're going to be riding the carousel a little bit more. We're going to be talking to Santa Claus. He's going to be here later. And a unique thing about Santa Claus here this year is you can actually bring your dog and get pictures with your dog and Santa. So that's coming up later in the morning. Right now we're live at City Hall at the Christmas Village. I'm Matt Alba for PHL17 Morning News.
Oh, gotta bring Jazzy. Thank you very much, Matt. Well, it is one of the most frustrating things on your Facebook feed, clickbait. Well, now Facebook is trying to change that. Glenn Walker explains.
More and more, your Facebook feed is crowded with posts like this. You'll never believe which two stars got into a fight on the red carpet. The picture tells you nothing, and the headline adds this enticing line: click and find out which starlet they were fighting over. Of course, you have to click the link for the latest juicy gossip, and as soon as you get directed to the website, you are immediately disappointed, knowing that you were duped by clickbait. You're not alone. Here's the problem. Since others click that link, the post gets shown to more people and gets higher and higher on news feeds, thus perpetuating the clickbait. But Facebook says it's had enough and is changing its algorithm. So you'll see more posts from friends and less from brands and publishers, who, by the way, pay close attention to this kind of stuff. Facebook is also taking it a step further. Basically, Facebook will identify articles that lack specifics in the headline or exaggerate the article or create misleading expectations on the feed and give them less prominence. This isn't the first time Facebook tried to clamp down on clickbait, and it probably won't be the last.
All right, thank you, Glenn, for that. Well, it is Friday. You know what that means. Time to finalize your weekend plans with Chandler Lutz and PHL17 Weekend Picks.
Good morning, Jen. Well, I can't believe it's already the first weekend in December. Now here's your PHL17 Weekend Picks. Our area is certainly glowing brighter this holiday season with the countless Christmas trees now lighting up our city. And to continue ushering in the holiday season, tonight is the Blue Cross River Rank's 4th annual tree lighting celebration. The Delaware River waterfront goes all out in lighting one of the city's largest trees, which hosts tens of thousands of LED lights. In addition to it being the first Friday in December, where handmade art floods the streets of Old City, the Holiday Maker Fair at WeWork is a new kind of shopping experience. Happening tonight, you have the opportunity to shop items for the home, clothing, jewelry, flowers, and much more from all of Philly's best artists and makers. Definitely a great way to support your local artists. World AIDS Day was yesterday, but to continue to support, many events are happening in our area to unite in the fight against HIV. The College of Physicians will be providing free HIV and STD testing on Saturday, and the Mutter Museum will be giving free admission to those who get tested. Also, make sure to catch the AIDS Memorial Quilt, traveling to many venues around our city. The quilt is a powerful visual reminder of the AIDS pandemic, with over 48,000 individual memorial panels to commemorate the lives lost to this disease.
Well, it is December 2nd. Time to take a look back on this date in history with Lauren Berman. All righty. Well, we're looking at the tree lighting there with the President Obama. But we'll have more for you in just a moment. Coming up, we've got a lot more news, weather, and traffic. Stay with us. now to our best friend of the day. Oh, precious. Meet Gracie. This sweet little girl is as sweet as they come, loves to cuddle and cozy up in this cold weather. So let's help this little fur ball find a love of her own, her forever home. Head to PHL17.com, mums and mutts, to find Gracie. Well, let's get a check of the temperatures right now with Jason Lee. She was adorable.
Totally adorable.
Oh, boy.
They get cuter every day, don't they?
They do. She's precious.
It's amazing. All right, 30s and 40s across the Delaware Valley. Chillier this morning compared to 24 hours ago, that's for sure. Right now, it's even 40 degrees in Philadelphia. Here comes your day planner for today. Clear and 39 by 7 o'clock. Sunshine 47 at 11 o'clock. 49 sunshine at 3 o'clock. We top out today at 50 degrees. Sunshine and breezy conditions. Later on tonight, a nice clear sky to look at, down to 37 for the low. Sunny and windy tomorrow. We're talking 20-mile-per-hour winds. Going to feel much colder than the forecast high of 49 degrees. Here's our exclusive 7-day on 17, showing more 40-degree temperatures on Sunday, high of 47, 50 on Monday, could see rain Tuesday. Jen, we'll send it back to you.
All right, I see some sunshine in that forecast very well. So let's head to your traffic on the go right now. We do have a live look at the Vine at 8th Street, seeing a few more cars out there on this Friday morning. It is 5:58, a couple of minutes to the top of the hour for your morning commute. A bit chilly out there, as Jason said. This crash on the Boulevard Outer Drive northbound, blocking all lanes, and again, an alternate for you could be Bustleton Avenue this morning as you're heading out the door. Well, more news now. For the final time, President Obama and his family officially lit the national Christmas tree.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey! Merry Christmas, everybody!
And Merry Christmas back. First Lady Michelle Obama and their younger daughter Sasha helped the president light the tree. Now, the celebration included a concert with Kelly Clarkson, Mark Anthony, and Garth Brooks. The national Christmas tree has been a Washington tradition for more than 90 years. The first such ceremony occurred under President Calvin Coolidge back in 1923. And for stories like this and much more, check out your PHL17 app on your Apple or Android products. Coming up, eye-opener, Americans will spend a lot on their pets this holiday season. And why did the Starbucks CEO step down? We'll tell you why. We'll be back at 6:11 with all your local news, weather, and traffic. Happy Friday, everybody.